Hello YouTube, this is a transfer roundup for Man United of the 2017 transfer window. So I'm going to start off with we we released Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I think it was purely for the wage budget. He obviously scored crucial goals last season against Southampton and other teams. Joins us back in January and it will be a very good lineup including Lukaku. We sold Varela, young right back. He joined German team last season. I think he got terminated towards the end of the season because he had a tattoo. So obviously wish him well for the future. We sold Rooney with the Lukaku deal apparently. Wasn't really playing last season. Was on the bench a lot. Got dropped from the England squad. He retired from the England squad surprisingly. Wish him well at Everton. Is obviously it's 27 mil we bought him for, and for me he's worth every penny. Record United goal scorer and record appearances. We loaned Cameron Jackson. He left to join Leeds. Wolves, it didn't really work out last season, but hopefully with the new Leeds manager, he can make that squad and promote his game. Andreas Pereira, he joined Valencia on loan. He had a loan spell at Granada last season, scored some quality goals. Jose Mourinho wanted him to stay, but he wanted to promote his game, I think. I think he plays for Brazil. Nice young Brazilian, and hopefully it can show Jose Mourinho what he's missing. A few youngsters who went out on loan. Dean Henderson, Matty Willock, and Redmond. They all went on loan to their respective teams. Sam Johnson, he left to join Villa on loan for a season to work with Steve Bruce. Obviously, he joined last season in January, and he's a quality goalkeeper. He's not going to make that make competition for our goalkeeping with Joe Pereira. I think he's going to be a very young goalkeeper for us. Obviously made his appearance in the cup, and he's a very good goalkeeper. We loaned Tim Fosu-Mensah. He joined Crystal Palace on a season-long loan. Was on the bench a lot last season. You can see why he's gone on loan, and he was meant to join Frank de Boer, but obviously Frank de Boer has been sacked as Crystal Palace manager. So we go to the best bit now, which is bought players. So we bought three good players: Lukaku, Matic, and Lindelof. So Lukaku was a £75 million buyer from Everton. Scored a lot of goals. I think he's broken a record in some respects. Well, it's a goal machine, isn't it? He's played every game so far for United and scored in pretty much every game. He scored last night twice. It could have been against CSKA Moscow. Quality player, and it's going to be a very interesting season. Signed Matic from Chelsea. I think that was a £30 million deal. I can't understand why they've let him go, but obviously they signed Danny Drinkwater as his replacement and Bakayoko. Scored a cracker against Tottenham in the FA Cup. Quality player, and he fits in that midfield perfectly. And finally, we signed Lindelof, young Swedish centre-half. I think we came in for him in January, but it didn't really materialise. I think Phil Jones showed a bit of form. He's not making that first team yet, but I would have thought of him and Bailey, it would be a very good partnership. He's got to break into that squad. He's got to break into the bench. I think he's been dropped once. Obviously, you've got Smalling on the bench. You've got Blin playing. You've got all sorts. And it's going to be very interesting. And finally, we go back to Zlatan. He's joining in January. There was a lot of speculation of him joining the new Los Angeles team on a final payday in China or MLS. Quality player, kept us in games last season, as I said. And Be good to see him in January. Harrop and Januzaj. So Harrop went to Preston. That's a compensation deal. Scored in his debut for United, and I wish him all the best with Preston. And Januzaj, so he's gone to Real Sociedad. I wish him well. He's not really sure what he's capable of. Scored in his debut for United, and I can only wish him well. Spent last season on loan at Sunderland. They got relegated, so that's it. This will be uploaded later in the day, and we have 3 more coming. So yeah, we'll do them when we can, and hope you've enjoyed.